thinking about it. Maybe. There we go. Just delicately put that back. Hello, Rosengard. It goes. I was gonna spend all day drawing, and then I got an email from a possible job, and before I could even do an interview, I had to do a test. A 2-hour test. And I am a terrible test maker. Or I'm a terrible test taker. And so I spent most of today fighting with my computer so that I could take this test for this hopeful job that I can hopefully interview for. And I only cried a little. I didn't cry, but I did feel my chest tightening up a bunch of times because I have really bad test anxiety. Have ever since I was a kid. But this time was significantly worse because, like,
I was there.
Yeah, good thing you weren't here. I realized, like, 3/4 of the way through the test, I'm like, wow, why am I so, like, my chest is tight, I'm stress sweating, I'm having to take deep breaths. Oh, I forgot to take my anxiety meds in the morning, like I'm supposed to do. What kind of job were you hoping to get? I found a job that I didn't realize was through a local school district. I thought it was, like, a city job. But it's working with kids like I usually do, but this would be more in, like, an actual school setting, versus, like, through a program that's run through the city, that just happens to be at a public school. So, basically the same thing that I've always done, but, the pay for this is, like, significantly better than any of the other, types of, like, recreation educating jobs that I've ever done, so, I hope I can get it, because I've accepted that I'm decent at recreation and education, so it's in my wheelhouse. But it's specifically it's doing, like, aftercare. What is it? Yeah, kind of a paraeducator. But it would be for after school. So basically just helping kids get their homework done, study, lead in group activities and stuff like that. I'm hoping that whatever school I get placed at, if they don't already have a Dungeons and Dragons club or a comic club or art club or something, I will probably be leading the charge on starting that. Thank you. This entire page is very background heavy. So I got the majority of the backgrounds done on my iPad, but there's other stuff that I can do faster here in Clip Studio, so I've switched over. Also, I'm very excited for this sequence of panels because I just get to copy and paste the background. But I love painting backgrounds in in Procreate way more than Clip Studio, so yeah. Ian discovering the wonders of public libraries. So, fun fact, this panel right here with the children and this very weird looking tree thing, this is a reference specifically to the Vacaville Cultural Center Library, which is the library that I grew up going to. And in the children's section, there was this big tree that you could like play in and stuff. Currently that library is under construction, so I have no idea if they're going to keep that tree or not. Probably won't find out until next year when the library reopens, because right now it's shut down for a year. But I'll be excited the next time I'm in Vacaville visiting, and that happens to be open when I'm visiting. I can't wait to see the changes that they made, because I had read that the last time that library ever got like a substantial facelift or any kind of like construction thing was in August of 1993. So I was 2 months old the last time that library got fixed up at all. And if I remember correctly, I think that's when the library opened. So it's due for an upgrade. What else do I have to share? Oh, another thing that I'm kind of excited for that job is the potential for all of the reptile themed like educational lesson plans and stuff, because my last job in Chico, where I was doing something very similar to this job that I applied for, I was doing a weekly animal presentation, and I made slideshows with quizzes, and I kept all those slideshows so I can use them again for this job. So that's gonna be fun to do. We called it Mel's Menagerie, so bring back Monday's Mel Menagerie. I'll bore the kids with facts about all the different kinds of snakes. Maybe they'll let me actually bring my snakes in. Oh, and I might, it really depends on if I find any. I'm going to a reptile expo this weekend, and there's a chance maybe I could potentially be adopting a hognose snake. I'm really hoping, because there's a rescue that I was shopping online just because I want to get stuff prepared, and ideally I would prefer to adopt a rescue instead of getting snakes from breeders, because like Precious and Scully I got from breeders, but that's because I wasn't thinking. I was blinded by just love for these snakes. That I ended up like adopting from breeders. But now that I'm older, wiser, have a little bit more of self-control when it comes to my impulse purchases. There's one of the rescues that I was looking at, I realized was like too far away when I first looked at them, because I was like, oh, I don't want to drive 2.5, 3 hours away to go adopt a snake. I'll probably find one closer. But that rescue is going to be at this reptile expo that I'm going to be at this weekend, and they have 2 hognoses that they're trying to adopt. Their names are Mr. Hissels and Spoink. So one of those 2 I know exists and is up for adoption, so I might be bringing home a Mr. Hissels or a Spoink. I would prefer to be able to like handle them and see if we vibe at all before putting down the money for them. But yeah, might be bringing home a hognose, and I don't have to name it because they'll be pre-named, and both names are so good. They go with the theme of non-threatening snake names, Who's gonna be scared of a snake named Spoink? Or such a distinguished gentleman such as Mr. Hissels? From the adoption listing I saw, though, Spoink is a little feisty, a little bit of a spicy noodle, so might not end up bringing home Spoink. Like I said, I gotta hold them first, and if they don't let me hold them, or if I hold them and they don't like me, I'm not gonna stress them out more by bringing them home. Actually, you know what? I think I can bring up pictures of them. I think they were called creepy critters. So I might get lucky. Snicks. There we go. Are you not gonna let me? There we go. Alright, so this is Mr. Hissels. The little cute shovel face. Mr. Hissels doesn't have an age. But Spoink, little Spoinky here, is 2 years old. And there is another snake that I'm not holding my breath. The rescue that Lee got her, there we go. Adoptions. The rescue that Lee got her, her leopard gecko from, they have, no, I don't want to see the adopted ones. I want to see the ones that are up for adoption. Oh, there we go. I clicked the wrong button. So I'm not holding my breath. But if the universe works out and everything lines up, I may get another snake in August. But there's like a bazillion things that have to line up first before I even consider bringing this snake home, because this would be the biggest snake of my reptile babies. So this pretty little lady is Nini. She is a red-tailed boa, and she's currently 4 years old, and so a bunch of things that need to line up first before I even consider bringing her home is, I want to talk to the rescue first. So we're gonna, there's an event the rescue is gonna be at, so we're gonna go check out the event and go say hi to the rescue people, give them updates on Yor, and I'm gonna ask about Nini. If Nini is there, I'm going to want to hold her, see how big she is, because red-tailed boas can get pretty big, but they stay relatively, they can get up to like 8 or 9 feet long, but they usually average out at 6 or 7 feet. So at 4 years old, she's kind of done growing. So I want to see how big she is. Get a handle on her, see if she even likes me. And if I can hold her and we vibe, the next step would be I have to build another 4x2x2 because that's what's recommended on the website. But I want to see how big she is, because if she is significantly bigger, then I'm not going to want to put her in a 4x2x2. I'm going to want to put her in something like maybe a 5x2, maybe a 4x4, give her some climbing space. But I want to see the snake first, so then I can make my judgments after that. But, and that's even if she is available, by the time, I contact the, when I contact the rescue in August. So, that's all the stuff that has to line up. Like, she has to be available. I have to be able to hold her. And I gotta be able to make an enclosure that's, like, suitable enough for her. And also, the rescue has to approve of the enclosure first. So there's like all of that stuff has to line up first before I can even consider bringing another snake. Oh, and then I'm going to add another thing to that. This all has to line up first. I need to get one of the jobs that I applied for, so if that happens, then I might be getting another snake. But yeah, like, I wasn't really shopping for a red tail. Like, a red tail is one of those snakes that I would love to get, but I wasn't necessarily shopping for one. I just happened to find her when I was looking at the I was looking at the rescue website, because one of my childhood friends is actually looking into getting a snake, because her son is obsessed and wants a snake so badly. And, like, she wants a snake also, and her husband wants a snake. So, like, everybody in the family's in agreement. They want a snake. And so I've been helping them, like, prep for adding a new pet to their family. So I was shopping for snakes for them, and then I ended up finding a snake where, like, I saw Nini's picture, and I was just like, oh my goodness. My heart. I want to sit on the couch with you and watch movies. And luckily, with building another enclosure, I already built 2. I have learned many lessons from building the 2 enclosures. So, also it's summertime now, so it would not take me nearly as long to make another enclosure as it did the one that I made at the beginning of the year. Because when I started working on those, it was dead of winter, and we were getting rain like every other day. And we didn't have a good enough space for me to work on stuff. So now it's like, okay, I could feasibly get an entire enclosure done in maybe 2 weeks. And that's being leisurely about it. I don't really like how Ian is standing here. But yeah, first things first, I gotta hold the snake first. If I don't get to hold the snake, how do I know we'll vibe? Hey Tim, I told you about Nini, right?
Hold on a second. What was that?
I said I told you about Nini, right? Nini?
Apparently not.
Oh.
Do tell. I am all ears.
I thought I told you about Nini.
Maybe you did, and I'm just not thinking of it.
This is Nini?
Oh, yeah. You showed me the picture.
Yeah. So I added another stipulation to my list of things for possibly bringing Nini home. And it's I need to get one of the jobs that I applied for, so hopefully that that one job comes through. So why do you want to work for us, Mr. Common? My snakes need castles and food, and I want to provide the best possible life for my snakes. Oh, also myself, you know, I kind of like eating and living.
Indoors. Kind of a hobby.
Yeah, kind of a hobby of mine, living indoors, buying snackies. I'd really like to go to Japan again, and that costs money. Lee's also been working really hard on a, possibly getting hired for a job soon, so, we kind of made a roomie pact of like, hey, I get this job, you get your job, you want to go to Japan in 2027? So, might be doing another Japan trip, hopefully, you know, should the US and Japan continue to have a good relationship. It really sucked to be all ready to go to Japan and then, whoop! Japan doesn't recognize USA, things anymore. What does Ian's hat say? It is the kanji for demon, which is hilarious considering things. But I think Melina went through her brother's hand-me-downs and stuff and dug out a random weeb hat for him. Shh, just keep a low profile. Yeah, this was gonna be the year that I was gonna travel a lot more. I was so stoked to. I was gonna go back to the East Coast and visit friends and stuff because I miss Massachusetts. I miss Boston. I was finally starting to travel and do stuff when we moved, or when we were out there, and then we moved. Yeah, my boy can be a little demonic. It's okay, he wears it nice though. If I can remember how to draw feet. Oh, I just made his pants way too big, that's the problem. After we made our pact about like, yeah, we'll go to Japan in 2027 after we get our jobs, because we'll be able to save up money way faster to go to Japan with better paying jobs than only strictly doing artwork. But yeah, when we did that, I caught myself like thinking like, oh, what would I wanna, like, what would we do? Would I just take Lee to all the places that I went to? Or would we like do completely new stuff? I would love to go back to Ghetto though. That was, of all the towns that I visited in Japan, I really liked Ghetto, which is in Gifu Prefecture, and I really liked the park at Fujinomiya, which is in, I believe, Shizuoka Prefecture. But I would love to go back to those places. Definitely spend more time in Gero, because I only spent a day there and really wanted to do more stuff there, but I was only there for a day and I was so tired. Traveling by yourself is exhausting because you don't have other people to share the mental load of being in a different place.
You have nobody to turn to and say, hey, what, am I looking at this map right?
Yeah.
So there's this this new book, I think either Image or Dark Horse is putting it out.
Okay.
It's called Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Okay.
And it's drawn in the art style of a children's book, and it's anthropomorphic characters. It's all painted watercolor. The artwork's really nice, and it's about a bear that lives in this little village, runs a hardware store, and everybody in town knows each other, and everything's all sweet and wonderful. And on the weekend, she drives out to the city and murders somebody. And she's a serial killer. And then never does anything, never does any of that in her village, because obviously doesn't want to cause any trouble where she lives. And then somebody else, another serial killer, pops up and is killing people in the village. And then it becomes a cat and mouse.
So Dexter with furries?
Dexter with furries, yeah. Anyways, it sounded, I listened to a thing about it, and it's like, wow, that sounds pretty metal, actually. Yeah, check that out. And the artwork was really nice. It looked like a classic children's book. Not to be confused with a classic children's book.
I mean, I'm down for checking out most stuff, so I'm just struggling with these feet. Off with his legs. That's what I get for telling myself, like, oh, I'll just half-ass sketch these and I'll fill them in later when I do inks. Also, did I make his legs too? I made his legs way too long. Did I make his legs too long? I made his legs a little too long. There we go, that looks more like legs. Oh, and if I go to Japan, I gotta meet up with my buddy Davey, who I met up with the last time I was in Japan. 'Cause I just found out recently he had a baby. So I gotta visit him and catch up. Maybe meet his wife, because the last time I was out there, she was busy with a work thing, so she couldn't come with us to lunch, but I did bring back oh, what is it called? There is, I gotta look it up because it's gonna bother me. There's this concept in Japanese culture where when you go someplace, you bring back a gift for like co-workers and friends and stuff. Japanese custom of bringing back gifts for now I'm getting all this stuff like, do you want Japanese gifts for your friends? Like, maybe, but I want the term, the actual term. Those are not it. Giving gifts to okay, it was omiyage. Omiyage are souvenirs brought home from a trip. Yeah, so when I was in because he lived in Yokohama, so I was going down to Hiroshima. So when I was coming back from Hiroshima, we were gonna meet up again briefly because he got me some Trigun books that I wanted, and you could only get them in Japan, and he found them for me and ordered them for me, and refused my insistence of giving him money. So I had an obligation. I had to bring back a treat for my friend and his wifey. So when I was heading back, I was in Japan in October, and so there were these special like seasonal manju cakes at the train station that I was at before I took the Shinkansen back to Tokyo, and so I picked up a bunch of those, 2 for me and then 1 for each of them, because I wanted to try the flavors too. They were good. I should have bought more. But my souvenir of choice that I brought back was, because I had a bunch of people that wanted, because I was living in Massachusetts at the time, so what I did was I flew out to California, and I was staying with my dad, and then I told people that if they wanted to visit me, they would have to come to my dad's house, because I didn't have a car, and it's just so much easier to have people just like come visit me. I already trekked out 3,000 miles. Least you can do is drive like 20 or 30 miles to come hang out. But I threw a Halloween party, so that had an excuse for everybody to just come and hang out. And so most of the stuff that I brought back was food items that I could share with people in the at the party. And so I brought back like 12 or 13 different kinds of Kit Kats, because here's some Japanese lore. Kit Kats are really big in Japan. Like, here in the States, we have like maybe 2-3 different kinds of Kit Kats, but nothing super extravagant. In Japan, they have like hundreds of different flavors of Kit Kats. Hilariously enough, my favorite of the flavors that I had was it was the peach. It was so good. I was not expecting to like it, but the peach Kit Kats were delicious. I also really liked the green tea ones. My least favorite was the my least favorite flavor was the they had an Earl Grey tea one. It was not vibing. It had a weird aftertaste. Like, the initial taste was kind of like, oh, this kind of tastes like tea, and then the longer it sat in my mouth, the more it was like, get this out. It's disgusting. Hey, what's up, Jeannie? I was just talking about how if I get this this job, I took a 2-hour test for. I want to do another trip to Japan. But yeah, Kit Kats are, like, they're an American thing, but they're really big in Japan. Because, Kit Kat sounds really close to, like, Kitsukatsu, which is, like, a good luck thing. So, the trend is, or the tradition is, people give Kit Kats to each other around exam time as like a, you've got this, you can do it. And it was really cute on the, like, you'd buy the bags of Kit Kats. Also, bags of Kit Kats, super cheap compared to in the States. Like, you can get a decent sized bag for like 150 yen, which was like $1 American. So yeah, I had so many Kit Kats in my suitcase. I had 2 suitcases and a backpack, so I think I easily could have filled up my backpack just with the amount of Kit Kats that I bought. But they were great souvenirs because I just opened up all the packs and I threw them in a bowl and put it on the table and was like, okay guys, try at your leisure. And a bunch of people actually really liked the Kit Kats. Oh yeah, but so like each pack of Kit Kats, so you open the bag and then there's like individually wrapped like Kit Kats. Usually it's 2, but there were a couple of the fancier ones only had 1 Kit Kat. But they had little markings, kind of like here in the States during Valentine's Day, like you can get the little packs of Skittles or something, and they have a little area where you can write a message to whoever you're giving them to. Same thing, but with the Kit Kats. And I love that tradition of just like, yeah, it's exam time. Here's a Kit Kat. Do his feet still look? His feet still look ginormous. You know what they say about doppelgangers with big feet. He's constantly tripping over them. And I think the thing that I'm going to do different with Japan this time versus last time is I'm not going to be afraid to try food, because I didn't go to any sit-down restaurants because I was not confident in my ability to speak or communicate. Okay, wait, no, I did go to a couple of restaurants, but they were restaurants where I didn't have to talk to anybody. I ordered everything through an iPad. It was great. And they had an English section, so I could feel not as silly ordering stuff. But also I got 2 years, so hopefully by 2027 I will know more Japanese than I knew when I went in 2023. And yeah, there we go. No, excuse me. Legit, I have a friend who's like size 16, 17 shoes. And he's also really tall. He's like 6'5", real close to 6'6". I do have a friend that's 6'6", but I don't know his shoe size because I never bothered to look at his shoes while we were hanging out. But my childhood friend David, we've known each other for so long. I know he's got huge feet. That was the thing I didn't have. I was looking forward to having okonomiyaki, and I was just so tired by the time I got to Hiroshima, because I was told, like, oh, or like everything that you read, they're like, oh, Osaka is the okonomiyaki place, But then, like, the more people I talk to, they're like, no, 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 no. That's tourist stuff. The best place to get okonomiyaki is in Hiroshima. And so I was like, oh, okay. Gotta get Hiroshima style. And I was so tired from traveling by myself across the country backpacking that by the time I got to Hiroshima, I did the couple of things that were on my list, and then I spent the rest of the time sleeping. So I didn't get to try any okonomiyaki, so I'm gonna have to do that again. We might have went to the same place. Yakiniku Like? That was the place that I went to in Shinjuku. It's a chain restaurant. Let me pull up. Yakiniku Like. I really liked it. I went to one in I went to the one in Shinjuku a couple of times. And I went to one in Osaka. I think it was Shinjuku. Was it Shinjuku or is it Shibuya? I think this is it. Yeah, that looks like the place I went to. This is the place that I went to in... I'm pretty sure it was Shinjuku. But the food was so good. It was like 580 yen, which is like $4 American. I got an entire meal that it filled me up, and it was so good. I'm trying to find a good picture of like, okay, so that's where, copy image. Okay, so what happens is you go in and then a waiter will take you to a booth. So when I was there, they had partitions up between these areas. So, cause it was still, like COVID was still a pretty serious thing that they were, worried about. So, we had these partitions hanging from the ceiling. So, basically had my own little booth. And so, you get your little iPad here, and you basically just order whatever you want from the screen, and they'll bring your food out, and then you have this little grill here, and so you cook your food, and then they'll give you like rice and seaweed and stuff. So they set the tray here. It has everything that you need. There's a little drawer right here. You can kind of see it in this picture, but there's a little drawer here, and that's where they have like seasonings and like extra chopsticks and stuff. And then they have all the different sauces and like dips and stuff that you can mix together. Oh, and you get a plastic cup and water spout right here, so you can just get as much water as you want. You can order special drinks and stuff, and they'll bring it for you. Oh, here we go. Here's a good. So they'll bring you out a plate of whatever it is you order. So I ordered like the cheap 580 yen meal, which came with a bowl of rice, and this was like a seaweed soup thing. It didn't taste bad. And like a little bowl of kimchi, and then whatever meat that you wanted. So I got the one so that I got beef and pork, and it came with onions too. So you just cook everything on your little grill here, and then you mix your dipping sauces here, and then you just put it. Well, you can eat it however you want, but I like to put the kimchi and the meat in the rice bowl and eat it like that. So good. Oh, my mouth is watering right now. I made sure to eat dinner before starting this live stream. But yeah, that was my favorite fast food place. And then everything that I read about going to Japan was like, oh, 7-Eleven is the best. Family Mart was my favorite. Like, 7-Eleven was great compared to the US 7-Elevens. But Family Mart had my favorite rice balls. What was it? Thirsty. My favorite rice ball that I had was it was the shrimp and mayo one, but it was specifically from Family Mart. Because the shrimp and mayo one from 7-Eleven did not taste nearly as good. But yeah, I was eating at least 1 or 2 of those shrimp and mayo rice balls like every day that I was in Japan. It was delicious. And so the yakiniku like places, because yes, it was amazing and delicious. And the thing that cracked me up the most about it was they only played American rock music. So I'm like early or like modern American rock music and stuff. So anything within the last 30 to 40 years, rock-wise, they were playing in this restaurant. So I was vibing out to like AC/DC, Arrowhead, Papa Roach, and just like got my little bowl of meat and rice, got some tunes that I recognize, nobody's bothering me. If I want food or drink, I push a button and it gets brought to me. Oh, and then when you're done eat. I made that foot way too big. And then when you're done and ready to go, you just click a button, they'll give you a receipt, and then you take the receipt to the cashier, pay, and bounce. You did not mention Anime Japan. That sounds fun. I want to go to Comiket. Or, so Comiket's the big one, but then there's another one that, my friend was telling me about. Indie comic shows in Japan. And I can't remember the name of it. So it's not Comiket, but it's like Comiket. And now it's gonna bother me until I find it. It is a doujin. Oh, Comitia. So Comitia happens like 4 times a year. And I've heard good things about it. It'd be cool to exhibit, but I also don't want to figure out, at least right now, I don't want to try to figure out taxes for doing a show in Japan. I tried to go to a, oh, what was it called? My last day in Japan, there was a Cowboy Bebop art show going on in Shinjuku. And I couldn't buy tickets online because you had to have a Japanese account to do that, and I couldn't figure out how to get a Japanese account or where to buy tickets. So I just hoped that maybe I could buy tickets at the event, and they didn't allow that, so I didn't get to enjoy the Cowboy Bebop event. But I did get more yakiniku light because the place was like right down the street from it, so c'est la vie. You win some, you lose some. Maybe I'll get lucky next time and there will be more Trigun merch, because there was no Trigun merch. None. I found, like, nothing. I have a pipe dream of seeing EC translated into Japanese. Or into just some other language besides English. But that would involve me, A, hiring somebody to translate, which is expensive, because yeah, bilingualism, like, hey, people should be paid for that. I just don't got the money for it right now. Also, I'm not doing any shows in Japan, so that. And B, I don't know enough Japanese to translate my own stuff. Maybe one day. I want to pick up more model kits too. Like, I picked up a couple when I went to the Gundam Museum, and it awoke something in me. What it awoke in me is a passion for an expensive hobby. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. He looks kind of short, but he is on model. Worry about that later. In the meantime, I gotta figure out this bookshelf. I'd probably, maybe, potentially be able to get Lee to help me translate EC into Spanish. You know, if I begged real nicely. Friend, can you help me translate, please? You're bilingual and I'm not. Oh, that's line art. You know what the one thing. I need to bulk that up and bring it down. Let me erase that. I don't even know if having EC, like, in Spanish would even be a benefit. I don't know if anybody's considered reading the comic, but then been turned off because it's in English. That is way too small. What on earth? Maybe bring that down a little more. Maybe 250 is the sweet spot. Yeah, 250 is kind of the sweet spot. Yeah, 250 is the sweet spot. Let's keep that there. Okay. Whew, okay. Bump that up there. Oh no. Okay. Whee! Okay, let's see. do this and not cry while doing it. I only know enough to ask somebody for directions. And even then, barely. I'm gonna bring this down here. All you bilingual people, and I can barely speak English. I know, like, choice things in different languages. Like most things, it's the naughty stuff. Recent phrase that I've added to my repertoire of languages is chingalamiga. But my Japanese has definitely gotten rusty since I stopped practicing when I was in Japan because I was like, I'm kind of getting the full immersion right now, and then I just haven't been back on it. Alrighty. Take it till you make it. Hey, Dragon Tamer, welcome to the party. Oh, yeah. I thought Latin would be more useful, so I took that in high school instead of Spanish. That was a miscalculation on my part, because it has not really served me well since. Except for it's made it a little easier for me to kind of figure out what a word might be without, like, having to look it up. That only works if it's a romantic language. If it's anything else, then no. Oh my god, my hand is itchy. The Bay Area has been having some very unpredictable weather, so it's been like hot and then cold and then humid and then dry, and my poor skin does not know how to handle it. Yeah, root me's, there we go. That's the word that I could not remember. And I wasn't even that good at it. I had to take it twice. And Lee, bless her heart, has been trying to teach me Spanish. Interesting thing that I read recently, California is supposed to have its coldest summer in a while. Which, I keep looking at the weather, and at least for part of California I'm in, that's kind of true. Oh my god, my hand is so itchy. PSA to anybody who's ever considered getting a sensitive skin condition, don't do it. It's not fun. What was I doing besides getting distracted on Blue Sky for a second? I think I need to get rid of, there we go. I need to get rid of Ian for a little bit. Thank you. Brush pens. Oh, humid heat's the worst. I was in Massachusetts for 3 years and the summer was the bane of my existence. You know what? I think I'm just gonna keep winging it so that I can get this done. Perfectionism is not going to get this done in a timely manner. There we go. That's good enough. Actually, how does this look with? Looks like a little funky. I don't know about you, books. Whee. Oh. Do. And why? So, the good news is I'm almost done inking all the new backup pages for EC, so it'll start updating again. I'm trying to think of some bad news, but I don't think there's bad news for that. The bad news is if I can't get more of these pages done, it's not gonna matter. Yellow's fine. Just gotta fake it till you make it. Come on, hand. You can't do it with your brush. Do a line tool. Yay. Yes, they are. I have a book brush that I made myself, but it doesn't work for this sequence of pages. But this one that I downloaded does. And the nice thing about it is because everything's grayscale, we use color gradients later, and that should finish it. Gotta get rid of Ian again. Your cat's meowing, and I'm confused because I can't tell if it's my cat or if there's cats outdoors. And I haven't seen cats outdoors in a while. I think that one I'm going to bump up a little bit. There's an awkward tangent. There we go. We don't stand awkward tangents in this household. There we go. Hello, Squash. Welcome. You best be safe, because if I hear you got into a car accident while listening to one of my live streams, well, I don't know what I'll do. Probably find out whatever hospital you're stuck in and send you a card or something. Don't take that as an excuse to crash. My brain is moving at snail's pace tonight. Oh, on the movie front of stuff, I picked up some movies the last time I was at the library, because the library is awesome, and I actually picked up more books yesterday, even though I wasn't done reading the books that I got the last time. But I picked up some movies. What did I pick up? I picked up Midsommar, which I watched, and then we watched again last night, because Lee happened to walk in at the most awkward part of the movie and missed all of the pretext beforehand. So, yeah, she walked in on, like, the the really cultish orgy scene. And Lee has, like, the last couple of times that I've watched movies where there was like an awkward sex scene or something, that's when she decides to pay attention, completely missing everything else involved with the movie and only seeing that stuff. I'm like, I swear to God, there was plot with this. You just have terrible timing. So I got Lee and Tim to watch it last night, and like, Midsommar's a good movie. It's the guy that makes Midsommar, that was his second movie. His first movie was Hereditary, which Hereditary is a very good movie. So good, in fact, I picked it up from the library again yesterday so that Lee could actually watch it, because she didn't watch it the last time I got it. And, so we watched Midsommar, and I'd already watched Chernobyl. It was the HBO miniseries that came out a couple of years ago. But I remembered, I'm pretty sure it was Tim. Tim said that he wanted to watch Chernobyl, so when I saw the DVD set at the library, I was like, oh, I'll grab Chernobyl. It was a good show, and Tim could finally watch it. And Tim had to work this weekend doing magic stuff. So when he's gone, Lee and I kind of have our, like, girl hangout time. And so we basically marathon through that in like 2 days. And if you've never watched Chernobyl before, it's a 5-episode miniseries, and it's very good. So good, in fact, Lee was down for watching it twice, so we started watching it again last night so that Tim could watch it. And he was, well, shit. What the heck was that? Oh. The cats were trying to do a Mission Impossible. Oh. Brats. Brats. Did I did. Wow. Crap. Animals are causing chaos. We keep their food in a bin, and apparently they were trying to pull the bin out. So that crashing noise that y'all heard, that was the cats performing a Mission Impossible to try and get some extra snackies. 'Cause they're buttheads. Okay, and I messed up by putting stuff on the wrong layer. Because I am smart. Yeah, they're little buttheads is what they are. They're cute buttheads, but buttheads nonetheless. Oh, I was talking about the movies and stuff that we were watching, so another movie that I picked up, there were 2 other movies I picked up. One was The Harbinger, which, based on the what was it called? Based on the description, which was like, this family moves to this new town and people start dying off, and the town starts to blame this family's daughter. And so it's like, ooh, that sounds spoopy. I wanna watch that. It was a terrible movie. I turned it off after like 10 minutes. Terrible dialogue. Just uninspiring acting. I was disappointed. So I put in another movie that I picked up. It was a Ryan Gosling film called The Fall Guy. And it was about this it's about this stunt double who gets wrapped up in this conspiracy involving the actor that he portrays. It was so good. I thought it was a different movie than I thought that it was the Ryan Reynolds movie. What was it, Free Guy? The Guy? Completely different movie. But it was a wild ride. It was so much fun. We're gonna watch it again because Tim was gonna watch. Like he walked out when I was watching the movie because I just like to put a movie on in the background while I do stuff. And so Tim was like, "Oh, what are you watching?" This movie. So he was only planning to stick around for a scene, and he ended up sticking around for the entire movie. It was entertaining and a lot of fun. And now Lee needs to watch it. And then I don't have any other movies. Because I tried to be good and not pick up all the movies this time. And oh, so stream stuff. No stream on Thursday because I'm going to be out of town. Also, Thursday is the Good Trouble protest, so if anybody feels like yelling about the US government, valid, same. Find a local protest near you. They're actually not nearly as scary as I thought that they were. They can actually be quite fun, especially if you go with friends. The last one, friend I was supposed to go with bailed on me. Or sorry, didn't bail. Fully intended on going with me. Just alarm did not go off and nobody woke them up, so they ended up missing out. But I ended up running into one of my old college professors, and I got to protest with her. And that was a fun time. And anybody doing anything fun this weekend? I'm gonna do fun stuff this weekend. I'm gonna go to a reptile expo. I'm excited. This time I'm going to the expo with, like, I have a list. I have a list of things that I need to get. There's some vendors that I want to check out. And hopefully, maybe, potentially, I'm hoping I will get a hognose. My hognose snake. Because there is a, what are they called? There's a reptile rescue that's going to be there. I was looking at their website this week, and I thought that they were closer than they ended up being, so, or they ended up not being close enough for me to actually go and, like, pick up the animal in a timely manner, so I'd given up on adopting any pets from there. But apparently they're going to be at the reptile expo that I'm going to this weekend, so I might get lucky and be able to pick up one of the 2 hognoses that I saw available for adoption on their website. I was telling Rosen about it earlier. So the 2 from the Reptile Expo, if I get a chance to see them and hold them and they're cool, I might bring home either Mr. Hissels. This is Mr. Hissels, unaware of the age, but looks to be a healthy adult male. Or I might bring home Spoink, who is a kind of a spicy noodle according to his profile, but I mean, if I get to hold him and we vibe, I might end up getting one of these dudes. And then there is the possibility of another snake adoption in August, but that one I have like a bazillion things that have to line up perfectly before I can even consider adopting that particular snake, because that particular snake is a red-tailed boa and they get kind of big. Which means I would have to build another 4x2 enclosure at minimum. Which, honestly, I'm not too against. It's just I need to make a little more money so that I can afford to make new enclosures, because just the bigger the enclosure, the more expensive it is. I think pretty sure I did a breakdown of how much my other enclosures cost me to make. Did I write that down or did I type it down? I wrote it down someplace, so I don't have that notebook with me. But it turned out to like my enclosures that I custom made and built, everything involved with them, that includes like all the electrical, all of the wood and paint and all the decor and everything that I put in there. It came out to like $500 per enclosure, which is not bad at all. Some people spend thousands on getting enclosures made, so I definitely did it cheaper than it would have been for me to buy the enclosures pre-made. And they're bioactive, so my care maintenance for it is kind of non-existent. Right now I'm just pruning plants and watering them. And the snakes don't even want to hang out with me anymore. They just want to hang out in their new enclosures. I mean, good. I made them enclosures they're not trying to escape from, but I miss my babies. Also, I think they're still mad at me for continuously bringing them out when I had people over. I can't help it. They're so cute. And they're so popular. Okay, I'm gonna do some magic real quick for you guys so you can see something real cool. Let's bring this down. Books. And I don't actually remember what color I don't have the color, so I have to go get it from a different page. I think this one yes, this one I already put the... Did I already put it on there? Yes, I did. Okay, so books. I'm gonna go to tonal correction, gradient map. Let's do sunrise, but let's change the purple or the blue to no. I need to get the hex. Hex. All right, let's do that again. Tonal correction, gradient map. Oh, I like that better. Let's change the hex to that. And now that matches. Just gonna play around with the colors a little bit. Oof, no, don't like that. I think this color I'm not really digging. A little too. Make that more reddish. Yeah, it's a little better. There we go, colored books. And then I can go in and change that out to change the colors a little bit. I'm not really digging how dark that is. I'm gonna duplicate. Duplicate and isolate. Where is my select color palette? Give me, yeah, let's do that. Shift I. Not really doing it for me, but let's see if I can fix this at all. So no correction. Oh no, it's too dark. Nope. Nope, I don't like any of that. That's future Mel's problem. I'd hate to be her. This is like the last one I really have to do. Everything else I think is already done or half-assed, just enough. I will figure my shit out somehow. Okay, let's bring that down there. Hello, draws. Let's see. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a break in about 15 minutes because my poor little eyes could use a break from the screen. Does it look okay? I don't think that looks okay. Whee. Okay, let's try this way. No, that doesn't look good either. Yeah, I don't hate that. Kind of looks like books. And gonna oh god, I'm kind of quiet on my end. This just reminds me of why I don't typically ink while live streaming, because it's very zen. I start to zone out, forget to talk. Doesn't really make for a fun live stream. But I'm almost done inking this page, and then I can throw some base colors on it, or at least model colors, so Lou can finish it for me, or finish the base colors, and then I can finish the thing when she's done with base colors, because whew. Comics is tough work. That was the wrong layer. There we go. Do.
Yeah, good enough. I keep forgetting to breathe. Riley, are you being a mischievous butt again? Okay, let's change this real quick. There we go. Riley, are you being a hellion? She's like, I plead the fifth. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Yeah, this is starting to look like books. Good enough. Comics are very tough work. Exhausting. Okay, books. And this can go back to white. Oh. Libraries are the bane of my existence. Why, oh why, did I have to make it a library? Why can't all my pages just take place in the void? Alright, let's see. Oh, nope, damn it. Okay. Okay. There's that up there. Flexible. I'm making these books flexible. And
piece over a little. Alright, that looks not too bad. That does need this gone. And I need to put a book thing there. Book thing. Bookend, that's what they're called. Yeah, bookend. And bookend. Stretch. Okay, 5 minutes until I go on break. And then I get a snacky. I'm running out of snackies. I need to go snacky shopping. I require some snackies. I mean, fair, good enough reason to send any character to hell, I would think. Yeah, my stupid ass is starting. Oh, save. Gotta save my page progress. I will cry if something happened to this page. You know what? I'm gonna take that break 5 minutes early because I got a bathroom. I hear the cat's getting into trouble. And there is an angry orchard in the fridge calling my name. So, BRB. Oh, titties. Just right there. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was finding a bookshelf. Okay. Thanks. I took a short Reddit break, and naturally, I'm a part of a couple of ball python groups because I have 2 of them. And the first post I see, somebody talks about how they became an accidental ball python owner because they were out on a hike with their wife, and they found a ball python on the hiking trail, just abandoned. Somebody decided to dump a ball python in Seattle where it would not live. So, poor ball python. But it got found, so that's good. Hopefully it'll be in a good, loving home with the people that found it, or if they don't want it, adopt it out to somebody who does want it. It was a very pretty one too, like an expensive morph. Let me see if I can find it because that was interesting. Reddit. Accidental ball python owner. There we go. Yeah, just found this little baby off the side of a hiking trail. This cute little baby barely fits in a hat. I mean, potentially, but if it's like if it's a hiking place in Seattle, it'd be kind of difficult for it to get from somebody's house to the woods. But they found it and they're taking care of it. They posted to the group asking for like information on taking care of their new little noodle. But they were surprised because they're like, we went to pick it up and it didn't try to bite us or anything. It's like, yeah, they're super docile. They don't want to... They're more likely to try to slither away than bite. But yeah, people were pointing out in the comment section, like, that's an expensive looking morph. Oh, there's some clothes. Yeah, and the people like to, not everybody, but there are a lot of people who get these pets and they're like, oh yeah, it'll be easy to take care of them, and they find out, oh, they don't stay small and cute for long. And some people think, oh, you just release them into the wild where they can go back where they're from. Like, these snakes are from Western Sahara, like sub-Sahara Africa. Yeah, like ball pythons specifically, they are like they will not live if you release them in the United States. They will die. They're not built for pretty much any of the climate in the US. So if you see a ball python, chances are it's either an escaped pet or somebody dumped it. And at least in California, we do have some species of boas. There's not like red-tailed boas. I think we have rubber boas. California boa species. This is the part of the live stream where I get distracted. Okay, so we got, so in California, we have rubber boas and rosy boas, which are two kinds of boas that people keep as pets. And fun fact, if you remember from last week's live stream where I dropped the difference between pythons and boas, well, there's a couple of differences, but the biggest one is boas are live-bearing species and pythons lay eggs. Yeah, Florida, I could never visit Florida because if you see a Burmese python or reticulated python, you have to euthanize it. I am not good at the euthanizing of animals, so I couldn't do it. I'd see them and want to hold them, but then if I hold it or touch it, I would have to euthanize it, or I'd have to call somebody to euthanize it. So I just avoid Florida. But yeah, the picture I brought up, that's a rosy boa. And this is a northern rubber boa. And rubber boas are tiny. Little derpy faces. But yeah, what happened with the invasive species with Florida is there was it wasn't Hurricane Katrina. I think it was a different hurricane. There was a hurricane that took out a snake breeding facility, and it released hundreds of reticulated pythons and God, what were the ones I just said? Burmese pythons. And they can have a lot of babies really quickly, so they've taken over Florida because Florida has the ideal conditions for them. And also, you know, people releasing pets that they no longer want because they think like, oh, it'll be fine out here. It belongs in the wild. Not in this environment. What is native to Florida, though, is corn snakes. But yeah, in Florida, you can hunt reticulated pythons and Burmese pythons. And I believe you can hunt iguanas also. A trend that has been happening that I don't appreciate in Florida is there's YouTubers that make hunting videos of them going after these invasive species in Florida, which hunting YouTubers in of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, people like to post videos of like their hunting trips and stuff like that, but the Florida YouTubers, not all of them, but there's a whole swath of them that do they do videos where they're not euthanizing the animals in a humane way, and the videos are very upsetting. Fun fact, if you couldn't tell, I don't like animals being in pain. Funnily enough, she says, having talked about being euthanized, there's like I've been job hunting for a while because you can only make so much money with comics, and my bank account's getting a little lower than I like, so I want to buff that back up again. But in job hunting, I found a job that I'd be perfect for, working for a local animal shelter. The problem with the animal shelter is it's through one of the local town police departments, and they specifically say in their job requirements that you need to be okay with euthanizing animals. And I'm sure I could get used to it for a job, but there would definitely be a lot of crying. I'd be miserable coming home from work. Pretty much every day I had to euthanize an animal. So I wasn't thinking of applying, like seriously applying, but Lee basically told me, like, no, you're not applying for that job, but you're gonna be a sad wreck every time you come home. Like, yeah. Cry like a little baby. Or more than likely just shut down. I had that happen. I didn't have to euthanize an animal, but I was working at a cat shelter in Massachusetts, and I'm officially going too far on this because I need to add a bookend. Go. Oh. Ah, damn it. Was drawing on the wrong layer again. So I was volunteering at a cat shelter in Massachusetts, and hindsight, that place did not take care of their animals to a good enough standard. Not even my standard. Like, they were using a degreaser as a disinfectant. So a lot of animals were, there was a lot of diseases that kept getting spread around there, and there was a cat that Lee and I had just fallen so in love with. She was a beautiful cat, and she had just had kittens. And unfortunately, because of the subpar cleanliness of the shelter, the kittens ended up getting a really bad respiratory infection. And one of them was struggling. Like, I had just walked in for my my volunteer shift, and first cat I always go and check on is Eliza, because I love seeing her and her babies. Her babies were just starting to open their eyes. But when I went to check on Eliza, I had been informed that one of her kittens had passed away the night before, and another one was not looking too good. So I went to check on the kittens, and one of them was struggling to breathe. So I was trying to, give kitty triage, and unfortunately the kitten did not make it and passed away in my hands. And I just shut down. And then Eliza attacked me later, which I don't even blame her, because she just had 2 of her kittens pass away. She had 2 left. And another mama cat jumped down in front of her, so when she went to lunge out to the other mama cat, I picked her up I picked up the mama cat and turned, and Eliza attacked my leg, and so that was nasty. It was the worst I'd ever been bitten by a cat before was then. So yeah, it was just a sucky day at that shelter. And then shortly after that happened, just stopped volunteering there because none of our concerns regarding cleanliness and stuff was being taken serious, and it was one of those places where the volunteers had been there so long and just doing the same thing for year after year that they did not take criticism very well, and they were not open to new ways of doing things. So yeah, let me check the comments. Some people... Yeah, I take solace in that at least the kitten wasn't alone. And man, those babies were loved by pretty much all the volunteers. But that wasn't the, because it was a no-kill shelter. So, and because the volunteers were set in their ways, they did not really believe in euthanizing for any reason. So there were a couple of instances of cats who were super sick or just had debilitating issues, and they would not consider taking them to the veterinarian office to be humanely euthanized. And I remember having I was comforting another volunteer who had been there way longer than me, but he was just absolutely heartbroken because he mostly worked in the there were a couple different cat rooms, and in one of the cat rooms was for cats with feline HIV. So they had to be separated from the other cats because they could give other cats feline HIV, but also cats with feline HIV have compromised immune systems, so with all of the other illnesses and stuff going on, those cats would have been, they would have, a respiratory infection in cats, like, it's scary, but you can treat it. But if you have a cat that has an immunocompromised system, their chances of surviving go down drastically. And something as simple as a respiratory infection is lethal for cats with immunocompromised systems. So there was a cat in there who was at the end of their life, and the volunteer was like pleading with the higher ups to just take her to the vet so that she could have her suffering end, because she was at the end of her life, and they were like, no, we don't euthanize here. So that was after all that stuff, and then just like, it was just illness after illness going through, and I can only clean so many cages by myself. And my my cleaning standards were significantly higher than what the head volunteers wanted people to do. They wanted, and like a lot of the other volunteers, they just wanted to do a quick cleaning of the cages and then leave. There was one couple that we were working with. I covered a bunch of their shifts because the husband had knee surgery. But they were telling me they got all like 8 cat rooms done in like an hour. And I couldn't believe that because I was like, an hour? It takes me like an hour to do 2 rooms. Cause when you're cleaning the kennels at a cat shelter, at least what I would do, because that this seemed like the way to take care of cats, was would come in, disinfect my hands and stuff, and then each cage I would go in. The cat would get to come out for a little bit and just wander around the room and like play with the toys and stuff. And if it was a cage full of kittens, what I started doing was Precious's playpen. I started bringing it with me to the cat shelter so that I have this pop-up kitten playpen, and I put all the kittens in the playpen and throw some toys in there and zip it up. And then I would clean the cage. So I would take out all of their bedding and stuff. We had a laundry basket, so if it was soiled or in any way damp, it would go in the laundry basket, and then I'd get all new clean linens for them. I couldn't really disinfect the cages because all they had was Simple Green and Windex, which Simple Green is not a disinfectant. It is a degreaser. So it's great for getting grime off of your kitchen counters, but it's not great for getting rid of diseases in cat enclosures. So I would take everything out, sweep it, spray it down, and guess what I'm talking about?
What are you talking about?
Cat shelters in Massachusetts.
Oh.
Yeah, Tim volunteered there with us a little bit, and at least you got to pick out Tatsu.
I did. And you know, if they just like, there was that one room, and I got started in there, and it's like, wow, this whole room needs to be clean. And I'm starting with the walls.
Just strip the wallpaper.
Well, they were painted, but if they had just, basically, yeah, if they had just, if I could have just gone into the room and just cleaned, I would have been a lot happier. But there was a process that I needed to follow exactly and everything. It was like, and it's like, could we please just pull these cages away from the walls and just scrub the walls? And there was that one room that, because the first time we went out, I just went into the one room and I was just walking in there by myself because I was kind of in that. We were in a new place. I was like super uncomfortable, and I just didn't want to go outside or anything. God, it was a terrible time. And it's like, just let me be in this room. Just let me clean. I don't think it's spotless. I got a lot done in that room.
Yeah, and like,
I got a lot done in that room that first day, and then the next time I was like, no.
Yeah, I was talking about how like one of the volunteers, or like 2 of the volunteers, they were like, yeah, we get all 8 rooms done in like an hour. And I'm like, excuse me? Because all they were doing was they were going in, they were just changing out the water and the food. They weren't cleaning the linens, and they'd empty some of the litter boxes, but they were just cleaning, they were just replacing the food and water and emptying the litter box.
And that was the other thing that bothered me. I think the thing that bothered me most was just the place was so disgusting. And just being in there was like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here. This place, it smells, there's gunk everywhere, and it was just a very uncomfortable place.
Yeah. Mel, I should probably do a better job keeping clean spaces at home for Pretty Girl. Do you have any suggestions? Biggest suggestion is cleaning out the water bowl or the water fountain weekly. Like that's the biggest thing that makes a difference with our cats is they like when we had issues with Artie, Lee's cat. A thing that would happen would Artie would start throwing up, and we didn't know why she was doing that. But then when we'd go and check her water fountain, it would be like slimy and gross, and so bacteria and stuff was growing in there, and it makes them sick. So what was I doing here? Oh yeah, I was doing this. So if you have any pets that rely on a water container of some kind, and when I say change, like clean it, I mean take it apart and clean it and disinfect it. Let's see. So most of my cleaning standards and stuff like that is I got very good at cleanliness for animals when I started researching ball pythons, because reptiles can get sick very easily. So I learned a lot about like proper disinfecting and cleaning and quarantining and all that. So so a thing that I use with all of my pets, the link is from Amazon, but you can buy it from anywhere else. But it's a disinfectant called F10, and this is the. You're not gonna. It's like, actually, we don't want you to show the image. So this container that it comes in is actually really tiny. This is concentrated. So I have a couple of spray bottles where I put the F10 in and then you dilute it with water. And it's like 5 milliliters to like a gallon of water. It's like a huge. Boy, you get fed in 25 minutes. So it's a veterinarian grade disinfectant. So this is the stuff that vets use between visits, where they spray everything down. The longer you let it sit, the more stuff it kills. So whenever I'm cleaning my my reptile enclosures or anything that they're gonna be like interacting with, it gets sprayed with F10 and then rinsed. Come on, there we go. Are you not going to let me? Oh. It says that I have used too much space, so I gotta shrink the link. Tiny URL. So yeah, like the biggest thing with animals is just disinfecting. That cuts down on like a ton of problems. But you don't even need like veterinarian grade disinfectant. Yes, I agree. Let me do the verification. Tiny URL is like, you're not people. I am people. There we go. Shorten the URL. There we go. Good night, Rosengard. Disinfectant. Does Pretty Girl have like a cat tree or something that she climbs on? Does she even like cat trees? Like, our cat's like climbing on everything, so it's, they have 2 cat trees now, and we try to vacuum and, like, defur those, at least once a month, because they get gunky. And the cats seem to enjoy inspecting the cat trees after they get vacuumed, because it takes away some of their smell. So it's like, oh, okay, I gotta inspect this some more. Ooh, I got an angry orchard. So water dish you could disinfect with, you can disinfect with bleach. So if you have bleach around the house, just make sure that if you're cleaning anything with bleach, you just rinse it really good. Oh, so there's these, they're these lint cleaner things. Lee got me one, and it's like my favorite thing to use. But it's like something that you drag across, like furniture, and it pulls out the cat hair. It is such an ADHD, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It make brain feel good to just use that on the, we have some like green chairs in the library that, it feels kind of like velvet, but it's like fake velvet. And I use the delinting thing on it, and it's just so much fun. Tatsu loves watching me delint stuff, mostly because I think he wants to eat the lint. No puny little vacuum. Yeah, dishwasher works fine too. I'm too lazy to, like, well, the cats have a water fountain, so they, I don't even know if they drink from it. I've never seen them drink out of the water fountain. But we also make sure that they get water, because we, the way that we prepare their food, they get, like, the cats they're on a feeding schedule. They get fed 3 times a day, and they get fed specific portions, because we didn't want chunky cats. Also, Tatsu doesn't know how to control himself when it comes to food. So if we just leave food out, he will eat it. He would eat all of it. Isn't that right, you little fat ass? You cute little handsome man. You're a slim specimen, but you have the heart of a fat ass. You would eat your weight in food every feeding time if we let you. Where was I going with that? Oh, so whenever we prepare their food, they get canned cat food, because it's more nutritionally dense, or at least the canned cat food that we buy is more nutritionally dense than dry food. And wet food helps ensure that they don't get what's it called? Dehydrated, because dehydrated cat is no good. And then so they get the wet food, and we put it in their own, we put them in their bowls, and then we smash it up, and we pour, we have a tea kettle that we use for, well, tea. But we mostly use it for cat food. So the tea kettle gets heated up, and we pour some of the hot water in. And the hot water helps add more water into their diet. And it also helps the food be more appetizing, because hot food smells better than cold food. What? He's just sitting behind me, like, making sure that I'm still working, waiting for me to feed him. Isn't that right, Tatsu? Yeah. You want to tell everybody about how I'm so terrible? I don't feed you early whenever you want food. I don't give you just unlimited food. You're not going to tell on me? He decided the carpet needed to be scratched. Tatsu! Tatsu, are you happy? Are you happy with the living conditions here? Are you happy with the living conditions? He just bonked the microphone out of my hand. You have any comments? Oh my goodness, Tatsu, you're such a silly baby, and you got hair all over my lapel mic. Hey, stinky butt. Why do you always gotta be cute when I don't have the camera on? Every damn time. Oh, you're a good boy, though. Alright. My god, this page is taking forever. Okay. Can I half-ass books on this shelf? I think I can. And I think I don't need to make it... Do I have... What are the lines like? Oh, perfect. Let's use that one. Let's do... I love cats. I think I mostly love cats because I myself am definitely I definitely have some cat-like qualities, mostly in my... Okay, I like that one. Because I too... Oh, damn it. I too like snackies. And playing with shiny stuff. This is gonna look so bad until I go in and clean it up. Also, it just looks bad because repetitiveness. There we go. Okay. You're welcome. If you want, there's this guy on YouTube named Jackson Galaxy. Cool name. And he does videos on taking care of cats. And we've watched pretty much all of them. And they've helped us become better cat owners, honestly, so highly recommend. Let me see if I can. Nope. Okay, let's see if I can fix.
Nope. Okay. The little man's gonna get fed in about 10 minutes, so that'll make him very happy. I vaguely have memories of watching My Cat from Hell. But yeah, he does great videos. And this isn't Jackson Galaxy stuff, but there's this other YouTuber that does videos on taking care of kittens. She's called the Kitten Lady, and I have been watching a lot of her videos because one of my goals that I want to do in life at some point is I want to foster bottle babies. Those are kittens that are too young to be adopted out because they still rely on their mothers for milk. Some kittens don't, like, they get found and there's no mom, and if they have to be fed by a volunteer or something like that, a lot of shelters don't take bottle babies because of the care requirements, because you need to feed them and help them go to the bathroom every 4 hours. And so most shelters are not set up to do that. So if people bring them kittens like that, they either can't take them or they have to take them and then they euthanize them because they don't have anybody to take care of them. So I want to be able to save the kitties. And I want bottle babies to be able to live for as long as possible. And if sparing my sleep schedule is garbage as is, so it's not like waking up every 4 hours is nothing new for me. So I'd like to do that at some point, but haven't figured out where or when is the best time to do that right now. Yeah, also they're so cute. Their little ears, they just stay folded on their head, and then as they get bigger, they just... Oh, I love kittens. I love cats in general. Lee and Tim are worried that I'm gonna, like, adopt all the animals, but I'm like, no, I have some modicum of self-control. Alright, Jeannie, have a good night. And actually, because I think... Yeah, that looks good for now. I'm gonna call it a night and finish some other stuff on my iPad. Alright. I know, I'm shutting down early. You will get fed, handsome. Okay. So... Looks like I didn't get a lot done, but I did. These backgrounds have been just... Ugh. So close. So close. Wasabi sushi matcha. Oh, I'm gonna look that up. I love being able... I want to take care of foster babies. Alright, y'all. I think I'm gonna cut it a little early because Tatsu's being a pain in the butt. And I want to watch more of Chernobyl, so take it easy, be cool to each other. I will see you all next week, because I will not be doing a live stream on Thursday because I will be out of town. So, catch you guys later. Thanks for coming to the stream.